This show just keeps on delivering with that epic clash between true rivals, Now versus Senka. Now this episode was a very enjoyable episode, so without delay, let's talk about episode 19 of the Cardfight Vanguard Divinez anime series. So going into this episode, I was a little fearful as I thought I might dislike Senka's character because of the fact we know she has a returning VA. Now, it's not a bad thing having a voice actress return and voice another character, but sometimes your brain can only hear that previous character. But luckily, this wasn't the case for Senka. I really like the voice acting used for Senka's character, giving her more of this high and mighty tone with a hint of arrogance. I thought was a perfect choice. This character, it gave her personality. It gave Senka a lot of pride, passion, excitement, and confidence, as we learn that she is a pro who has an entire goal of just wanting to overcome her friend in Now on a grand stage. After all, they used to participate in tournaments together, and they were both considered equal, yet Senka believed that she was weaker than Now because the only times that she could ever beat her was when it came from complications. Either Now was using a new deck, using odd combinations and skills, trying out new strategies, or having a bad starting hand. As a result, Senka's wish was just to overcome and beat her friend on the pro circuit. So she excelled in Vanguard and became this pro with ease, only to find no traces of Now, meaning the promise that they made / her goal could not be achieved. So yes, I can see why Senka would be a little pushy, a little straightforward, and even slightly aggressive when confronting Now in the present. As a side note though, Senka being the same both in her polluted and non-polluted state, I thought was golden, and it did make me love this character even more. There were a lot of things in this episode that I loved, and one of those things were seeing how, despite this mind pollution, this fight wasn't anything over something crazy. It was simply two rivals wanting to best one and other. No crazy backstories about them being massively humiliated or abused or death or, anything wacky like that. It was just something simple. A fun rivalry that helped showcase their friendship. Another amazing thing from this episode was the strategies themselves. Recently the matches have been good, but it's been the plot / character reasoning that's been the carrying factor throughout these episodes so far. But both in this episode were exceptionally good. I loved how smart they made Now appear within this episode, seeing that she doesn't know Senka's cards or what her strategy would be moving forward or her skills, so she needs to be more tactful and careful. Thus the need of getting more cards to guard with, making it clear that Now understands her deck and knows what it can do, relying more on her skills and less on chance. Plus, the OST was super hyped in this episode, and yeah, it's always been good, but this time it took it up another notch. Sticking with Now's character, they did show off her battling skills, her pride and passion, but I like the maturity and playfulness that shined throughout this episode. It really got me liking the character even more, and having her looking through her old cards, those being Kanto Sanctuary cards, I think that she'll offer Akina a new card which has helped them against Hikari. But with the team fated now being up 3-2, it does make them have the advantage, which makes me wonder if Hikari will actually win, thus forcing Akina to do more soul searching. This win from Now does open up the story a little bit more, as it could also make things more troublesome for Hikari, as I imagine Sybil would want more matches, and thus more time to gather energy and power from the fated clash. Now, this would tie in and be more beneficial for our antagonist, which will mean more of aggressive pollution on Hikari's side, thus making her mind more at risk. Anyway, seeing Jinky confronting Aikawa shows that he had his suspicions about Aikawa's connection to everyone, as well as the incident that happened 10 years ago, so maybe we'll see a clash between those two. Other than that though, it's going to be great seeing how brother and sister clash once more. I'm really looking forward to this particular matchup, but it does have a lot to live up to. In Season 1, Future Hikari versus Akina was probably the best match they had in Season 1, and I really loved that one. So they're really going to pull all the tricks out the hat today to do this one justice. But with that being said, I think the dialogue between them is going to be great, and I'm going to jump straight into it now. So have a great day. Arigato, matane, goodbye.